broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh, I feel like I should be walking to the podium with medals draped around my neck. It's very regal. Welcome. It's series 16, episode 6. Yes. The AfterBuzz show of Biggest Loser Glory Days. And this episode could only ever be called Tailgate Temptation, which we will get to shortly. Welcome. I am Ajay Rochester, former host of Australia's Biggest Loser and secret mole for Biggest Loser. I'll tell you everything I'm legally allowed to tell you, and the rest of the secrets I'll have to take to the grave with me. And my fellow co-hosts here.
Hey guys, it's Fallon, also known as Fit with Fallon. You guys can find me online at fitwithfallon or fitwithfallon.com.
And I am Morgan Martin, and you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at ms_Morgan Martin.
And these girls are both athletes. They've dated athletes. They're children of athletes. They know a lot about coming from athletic families, which it's all about that. I mean, the contestants certainly tonight unloaded a lot of personal excess baggage about their families and all that. Good episode, do you think?
You know, I think it was a great episode. They had all the, components that we need to make a great Biggest Loser episode. There was the challenge, what are they going to do? I love the fact that it was a tailgate challenge because I personally face this problem all the time. Yeah. Whenever there's a festivity or there's, if you're watching a football game or, you're out with the friends at a cocktail party and there's hors d'oeuvres, what do you snack on? You just don't know, especially when it's football, because you have the chicken wings, you have the pizza, you have the nachos, the cheese, the dip, and it's just like, what do you do? It's hard. And, like recently I found this great recipe. I went to this restaurant and they had buffalo cauliflower. And it was...
Is that like deep fried cauliflower and sauce?
Yes, and it was so good. And like, I felt guilty eating it. And I'm like, but wait, it's cauliflower, it's really not that bad. But you don't always have options like that. So I thought it was great to see that in this episode.
And what I mean, you could always just break out and do some burpees if you
that's what happens.
Eat or not eat or do burpees. That was hilarious. But I think it's so true, and I think it's when you saw them walk into the room, you can just see it's such a reminder. Like the thing that's so dangerous with food is it smells so amazing. So you can tell that's all.
You know what my problem would be? What I would do, like I would probably cook food and just smell it. Like even though I couldn't eat it, I'd probably just get high off the smell. Like I would melt
there was
chocolate
a bit of that going on.
And just like I would kind of just.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, just to explain for anyone who actually missed it and are relying on us to fill you in, the Tailgate Temptation opened at the Coliseum, which is an appropriate place to be because this is where they started their Biggest Loser journey 6 weeks ago. And there's this mysterious tent, and in it lies immunity, but how they have to get immunity is they have to eat their way to it. And it is a classic temptation, very, very popular in Australia, Biggest Loser. I don't know that they have it often here in the American Biggest Loser, but they currently have an Australian producer, and I have no doubt that he's going to bring all the dirty tricks that we used to play.
What was it? I seen on our YouTube page. Shout out to everybody who has been commenting on YouTube. Yay. I think it's awesome. I try to interact and respond back, but one of our commenters had said that they love how they're bringing kind of Australian challenges in, but they like the Australian version better because they have the walk. What is the walk? I don't know.
Oh, the walk was awesome. So the walk would change the game because, we're at this phase where it's kind of the same every week. Yeah. Temptations, challenges, immunity, blah, 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 weigh-ins. With a walk, one contestant, it was a similar thing to winning immunity or you would win the walk. But the walk could be good or bad. And you would get ultimate powers to change the game in the walk. And it was right out in the bush, and they'd walk this long walk, long, lonely, mysterious walk, and they had these 4 bowls to pick from, and each one had a different outcome. And one would be, you win $50,000 but have to leave the game now.
Oh, I like that.
How goes
Bring
it?
back the walk.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Or you have the power to eliminate somebody immediately. Or it was crazy. I mean, we used to try and think of the craziest stuff, and it was really mean. And it would bring in a real hard game element, because at the moment nobody's really playing the game.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a love-in here at the moment. You know, it's not getting nasty or singular. It's all we love our teams. But the walk was awesome, and we did some really cool stuff. And I'm really hoping that Paul Franklin, the producer, Paul, you have to come into the show.
Come on, Paul.
I really hope that he brings a lot of that in, because Biggest Loser in Australia was on 6 nights a week, so we did a lot of stuff.
You had to switch
so we have that temptation, and they've got all this food, like you said, the chili cheese dogs, the nachos. Oh my god, it was just so beautiful.
You know, it just bothered me that I don't know,
right?
No, it bothered me that they didn't go in there and take advantage of this opportunity and try to get immunity. Like, I kind of understand the girl who was doing burpees or push-ups.
That was Rhonda Lee. Rhonda Lee decided to do burpees instead of eating.
I can understand that, because I feel like either you're going to go in all the way or you're not. Yeah. Like, there were some people who were eating like 4 meatballs. Like, really?
Well, we saw 4 meatballs. Yeah. Well, it must have been about 4, because Rob, who came second, had 500 calories. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there was something tricky going on. It just, it didn't seem.
The one thing too, I think, and you could tell the teams were trying to strategize in terms of like, do you just continue to be a team player, thinking that you're going to eat all this food, and then obviously maybe that's going to affect your weigh-in, so you want to make sure that you're there for your team, or do you go for immunity and think about yourself? Because I was really surprised that people that did really try to go for it, when they came back, their teams were kind of side-eyeing them.
The dirty looks.
You went in there, so I wonder, what you're in this for. So I wonder if there was a little bit of that too, of like, I wonder what my team's going to think that I'm going in this for myself, especially them being athletes, because they have this team mentality.
You know what? At the end of the day, it is solo. I'm sorry.
Right.
When we get to the point,
only one check.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there's no, we're both splitting this check. So at the end of the day, it is all about me. We're cool now. Right now. But I'll give you the deuces.
Yeah. And that's, it only takes one player to break away for it to become game on. And I was quite surprised as we saw the game unfold. The person who we had Rob, who obviously kind of chowed down. Yeah. And then we had Toma, who went for it. He was like, I'm all in. I'm going for immunity.
Because if you're going to go, you have to go big. Go hard or go home. That's it.
Absolutely. And, it's interesting, because at that point, he can decide one of 2 things. He can waterload and get a really bad weigh-in, right? Not waterload till he puts on weight, because if he puts on weight, he loses immunity. But he could waterload so that he loses 1 pound. Or he could play honestly and lose a big chunk and keep his team safe. So it's like he's at that crossroads, which we kind of discover what he does later on in the game. I was disappointed. I wanted more people to eat. I wanted more people to be game on.
I was too.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's 1 check.
Yeah.
They haven't quite realised that yet. I think we're coming really close. And the producers will usually do something that will make them really realise that this is game on. Because when it's too much of a love-in, it's too boring. We want them to be scratching each other's eyes out, really. I mean,
it's coming.
Let's be truthful.
I want to see the trainers go at it. I will have to say that is something that I do kind of miss about Jillian. Sometimes she would go at it with Bob, or like, I don't see that yet. Right now, it's just like, oh, we're the newbies, and like, and it's just like...
I think Jessie's a little scared.
Jesse's very scared.
Poor Jessie. I do. I feel like he's like a little rabbit in the headlights of an oncoming car. I mean, I think he's beautiful to look at, but anyway, we'll see. So, who won? Toma won. 854 calories. Rob came second, 500 calories.
854 calories. Let me just say this. While watching this episode backstage, I had ate more calories than they did. Like, I had popcorn and like chocolate covered almonds, and I ate more calories. I was very disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, you know, come on, 3,000 calories for reals. I mean, you know, Carl's Jr. meal would be like 1,500 calories.
Very true.
800 calories. Oh, that was just the most I could do because I have been in this for 5 weeks and I am just so not eating that bad stuff anymore.
That's the downside of having athletes. If you just got fat people who love food,
they would have like,
hey, bring it on. So, you know, it's an interesting element.
Right. But to me, it's like, if you're going to do it, then you need to go all out. Like, I mean, I'm talking eat everything on the table. And then on the flip side, being the athlete that you are, you know what you need to do in order to
stick your fingers down your throat, go to the bathroom for 15, 20 minutes. I mean, that's what I would do.
We gotta watch her. We're gonna watch you in the bathroom.
It's not healthy. It's not healthy. I do not suggest that anybody do that, but that is what I would do.
But you know what?
Or spend 10 hours in the gym. Seriously, I'd work out all night long and just work it off.
I would be in there all like, give me the keys. I'll lock the place up when I'm done.
Make it happen. Make it work.
Yeah.
So this is a competition. I think exactly like what you're saying. I think what isn't there yet is they're still in this team mentality of like, go white team, go blue team, go red team. Well, at the end of the day, it's not going to be like that for long. So people need to really start thinking, you know, yes, use your team for motivation. That's great. But at the same time, like when it all comes down to it, it's about you and getting to the end.
I hear. And they do that a little bit now. We're trying to find a little, like we're getting to know a few more of the contestants. They break off and they have these one-on-one discussions. Tonight it was Dolvett and Rob. And Rob, I don't know whether you remember, but in the very first episode, had that huge argument with Dr. Huizenga, was screaming. He goes, I'm going to die in 5 years, and I know I'm a dead man walking, and he tried to get him in the wheelchair. He goes, I hate myself. And Dolvett got him to say that he loved himself this episode.
That's true,
Which is kind of cute.
And you know what? I would have gave him a big hug. Like, he was sitting there and crying, and I was just like, I just wanted to hug him. I felt so bad. But you know what? I think the show really proves that, you know, it's not just about weight loss. You know, sometimes when people are overweight, you think that, they just need to get off their butt and go work out. But what it really stems from is there's usually other emotional issues going on. You know, maybe there's depression, maybe there's insecurity, maybe there was some form of abuse or just too much stress. And you end up turning to food for comfort. Even sometimes I catch myself, you know, when I'm stressed out, I'll just start eating and eating and eating. And then I'm like, did I just eat all that? You know, like backstage watching this episode, I was just like, did I just eat all that popcorn?
Yeah, but honey, if I had a crop top and I could wear it and work it like you, I would not feel an ounce of guilt eating what you ate, let me tell you. No, but it's so true. And that is really what is really beautiful, that they're actually taking the time to not make it such a body shaming, look at the fat people jiggle on the treadmill till they fall off kind of episode. Exactly. Like, hey, these are actually athletes. You kind of admire them, but wait, they actually have problems. And so it's kind of demystifying the fatness, and I guess in some ways taking away the discrimination and hatred. So yay, Biggest Loser. Yay, Hollywood. Oh my God, it's awesome.
And it humanizes the story. It makes it more personal. Because at the end of the day, it's like we watch all these people, they lose weight, don't lose weight, and you see them go up and down. And I think it's no coincidence that when come weigh-in time, the people that got open, that are having breakthroughs personally, are the ones that end up coming through with huge, like there's no coincidence that Rob had such a huge weight loss, because that for him was like, everybody has to hit that like ding moment of like, okay, I don't understand, and then something just like clicks. So I totally believe that moving forward, Rob is just gonna keep, because he's got it now, and everybody has to find what that is.
I think that's so exciting when you do hit that ding moment and you're kind of like, you hit that stride and you're in the zone and you're like, wait, I see results. Oh, this feels good. Hey, I'm actually excited to wake up. You know, like there's points where you're like, oh, I don't want to get up and go to the gym. But when you are so focused and you're seeing results and you're feeling good and people are complimenting you, you're like, I cannot wait until my alarm clock rings and I get to the gym and I get this workout in, because you're seeing these results and you know, you're kind of feeling like your own strength, like, wow, I can do this.
We always say, like, fake it till you make it. And a lot of trainers, I mean, you understand that, and that's what makes you a great trainer. There are a lot of trainers who don't understand that when you're 300 pounds, you know, you don't even have the chemicals running around in your body that actually have those endorphins, and you don't feel that, and you're addicted to sugar, fat, and salt, and you're in this deadly kind of chemical concoction in your body that's keeping you on the couch. And, you know, I always go fake it till you make it. You know, you can't wake up and be that healthy, fit person. So you just start slowly, you know, 5 minutes a day,
exactly.
10 minutes a day.
And you know what it is? Like, when I train my clients, I tell them to work out 5 to 6 days a week. They're like, but why? Why can't I just do 3 or 2 or, you know, just to start off? And I say no, because not only do I want you to get off the couch, but it's more important, I want you to have or start this habit, you know, just like brushing your teeth. Do you think about do you think, oh my God, I got to brush my teeth? No, it's just habit. It's something that you do every single morning. So when you work out so many days, you're going to feel weird not even going to, you can be like, wait, I need to go. Something feels like I'm missing something today. What is it? Yeah. Oh, I didn't go to the gym. So I think that's important, you know, I don't know. That's what I tell my clients.
No, it's true. There's this other theory called the green frog theory. And if you put a green frog if you throw it into a pot of boiling water, it jumps out. And it saves its life. And if you put it in a cold pot of water and you bring it to the boil, it doesn't realize that the heat is coming on, and it stays there until it dies. So I always say that, like with exercise, you know, you've got to kind of stay there consistently and just stay there until that pot boils. It's like the reverse green frog, because we don't want you to die.
We just want to boil your fat. That's all.
I think it's that, and I think it's, again, like what we've seen is really people tapping into like their why. Like, I'm helping lead we're doing a group of us are doing a 6-week fitness challenge, and the first thing we had a call, it's people from all over the place, like here, LA, Midwest, and so we start every Sunday with a call, and the first thing we talk about is, why are you doing this? Like, yeah, sure, okay, you want to lose weight, yeah, sure, you want to change your body fat, yeah, that's great, but why is this really important to you?
It sounds so cliche, but it's so
true.
Yes, it's so true.
And we saw that tonight with Gina, who was there, and she's talking to Jessie, and she's talking about how sad she was, and she could not be there in the room, and he was like, well, why? And she's like, well, I just miss my kids so much. And he kept talking to her about it, and then she kind of realized that she's a miserable mother, and she said, which blew me away, my children have never seen me happy. And I mean,
and that's what it's all about.
That's horrifying. It's such a sad thing to say, and it's that realization that, you know, that why? Well, why? Okay, I'm sad here, but I'm here for my children. And that's when she found the fight, and she's boxing with Jessie, and she felt okay about where she was.
And let me just say this, and I know I mentioned it to you guys, but like, I think any mom who has little kids would jump on this opportunity to be able to have a month or 2 off from watching your kids. Like, honey, this is your vacation, and you get to focus on yourself. Like, enjoy
I'd be out the door before my
your
son
kids
got to
are
say
fine.
goodbye.
Exactly. Like, mama will be back in 2 months. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, you know, we'd all say that we wouldn't, but we all know we would.
I mean, you can miss them, but it's just like, you know, they're in good hands. You know, you have an opportunity of a lifetime. Like,
well, and you know,
enjoy it.
Be a better mother too.
Exactly.
You know, go home and what I found with the calls that I've had with the mothers who've gone home, they have better relationships with their children. They're cooking them better food. They're working out with them. They're active in their lives. They're not sitting on the couch drinking soda, watching TV, not being involved in their kids' lives. So you're right. You're totally right.
Absolutely.
So, Comeback Canyon. Sideshow Bob.
I love this because
I do too.
Every time the person that, you know, lost the challenge is going home, they're like, oh my God, I'm going to go home. And then Bob opens the door. They're like, oh my God, it's Bob. They're like so excited. It's like, it's priceless, their faces. So I even get excited to see them because, I mean, we all know at home that, you know, they're
on the secret.
Exactly. But to see them like get surprised each episode, it's cool. But I was really surprised at the weigh-in challenge at Comeback Canyon. It just wasn't what I expected.
Not at all.
Well, I mean, no, go.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm all about, And with Matt coming
Mike
through
and
with 16 pounds, I mean, Mike, I was like, when I saw 11 pounds, I was like, oh yeah, there's no way he's going to beat that.
And then I was still running with your prediction.
I was wrong.
I was like,
first time
she's going to win it all. I even said
I
it
was
to
with you.
Totally. But, did you see Bob, though? They showed Bob. He was going over to Mike and go, oh, Matt's going to have a huge weigh-in this week. It's going to be massive. It's going to be, look, have you seen him working out? And then he goes over to Matt and he goes, yeah, Mike. Have you seen Mike? Mike might be injured, but there's no stopping him. He's got big numbers. He's got big numbers. So he was in each of their ears. They're both they're both former pro wrestlers.
Right.
They've got the same body makeup.
I think they should have had them wrestle each other.
Yes,
That would have been cool.
That would have been good.
I so would have paid to see that.
That would have been good.
That would have been golden in the ring with the little strappy clothes on. Oh, that would be awesome. But yeah, like you say, Mike 11, awesome effort because he was getting 10 every week. Even brought it up a notch higher. And then 16 pounds.
Yeah.
16 pounds for Matt. Holy dooly, that's like it's very, very impressive. It's incredible, like awesome. So Mike goes home, and we caught up with him at the end, and he's lost 120 pounds.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I can't. 100. That's me.
Me.
Right. I was like, wait, that's me. Okay. He lost
a
me.
Morgan and a Fallon.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
He lost the person.
And he's not finished yet. You know, and that's the thing to remember. There is $100,000 prize
For the at-home winner.
For the at-home winner. So someone who comes back is going to win that. So maybe he'll win that one. I want him to win something. And it was so sad at the end. He went and visited his son's grave and
Yeah, I really like that. He said that he's off his diabetes medication. I can so relate. My dad is diabetic and I see how much it can affect your health. He had a stroke and he's in recovery now. He's doing great, but he's still on the medication. So to be off of it completely. And then he also said he lost all that grief weight, So I think it's kind of closure for him too. I think there was such an open wound that he didn't heal properly. He turned to food to kind of medicate the situation when it really hurt him.
And he really has started living again. When his son died, he said that he died and now he's living life for his son, which I think is just such a beautiful story. And I really do feel that having the athletes and having them already into fitness and being able to do that, we really have been able to delve into these stories a little more this year, and I think it's for the benefit of everyone. I think it's really great. It's beautiful. I could cry. I was trying not to.
I know. I was like, I think she's
wait
gonna
a minute. She's
go.
got a little misty eye.
I don't want to ruin my makeup.
But I can definitely understand. Like I felt emotional. I don't cry during AFTERBUZZ TV. Maybe not on AFTERBUZZ TV, but watching The Biggest Loser, I was like, wait, that hits
home.
Yeah, exactly.
Which they love. They love doing that. So then we come to the weigh-in. Dun, dun, dun. So we've got White come up first. Now, why White comes up first is because Toma, the bad boy, he took temptation. He has immunity, and we kind of see... we put the pressure all on him. And the thing that we were going to reveal last week was the scales, okay? The scales aren't real. The scales are fake.
They show the real weight, though.
Yeah, they're real. Oh, absolutely. And they're weighed in that day, in the morning. But the only way that Biggest Loser can have a cliffhanger is if they know. So, they purposely put it in an order so that it's like, dun, 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 who's it down to? And of course, all pressure was going to be on Toma because he did have 800 calories. So they want to make him suffer. They want to make us, wonder for as long as possible if he is going to be the one that sinks White's ship. And he goes, see you later. Me and my 800 calories are going to stay here for another week. And also if he either loses a normal amount of weight or water loads, doesn't lose so much weight and saves it up for next week, because there is that possibility, And the only caveat emptor that they have is, and it was a rule that they brought in, I think it's roughly around must be about 8 or 9 years ago, in American Biggest Loser, someone won immunity, and it was a guy, and I can't remember who it was. And I'm almost certain it was on Jillian's team, because Jillian was the queen of strategy, good or bad. And this guy won immunity. And he comes in to weigh in, and he put on something like 16 or 20 pounds. I mean, it was insane. It was kind of like, what? Now, I know from personal experience, I've put on 10 pounds in water loading. I did it for
Were you
something.
menstruating?
No, I did it on purpose.
That's the only time I could gain that much weight at once.
No, what you do is you drink a lot of water with salt in it. And you drink a lot of water. So for 24 hours, you just drink, and then just before you drink, and you try not to pee pants, and you weigh, and and so I did.
What did you have to gain weight for?
Well, I'd rather not say.
I'm confused.
Well, no, I did take. I have. Well, I
Were you
have
on Biggest Loser?
No. I have to. Let me just say this. I have taken part in some weight loss challenges in the last few years.
Okay, like behind the scenes, competing with
very
other
public.
people.
Yeah. No,
Public. Oh, okay.
Look, randomly.
You're like,
telling them
listen,
all your
I
secrets.
know. Yeah, you're like, I know a secret.
Look, randomly, radio stations
I'm gonna
will
take
go,
notes.
Yeah, we want you to lose 40 pounds or 50 pounds in 10 weeks, and we'll give you $20,000. And I go, okay.
$20,000?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah, I'd be waterloading.
Yeah. So, there are opportunities that have come up, and let me just say, I know.
Did you win it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah! We gotta fill up these AFTERBUZZ cups with some salt.
Salty water. Arr, I like me salty water. It'd be good for your hips. Yeah. So,
So my clients who need to gain weight, I'll tell them to put salt in their water.
Water loading.
well, if a trainer was trying out for a show and they needed to gain some weight, they wouldn't necessarily need to gain all the weight. So anyway, that's it. That's enough about me. So he walked in and he weighed all that, but he went like it was ridiculous. So they made that rule that you can't gain weight at the weigh-in. So. So Toma, so that's why they've got the whites up, and the whites pretty good numbers. Oh my God! I mean, we say every week that we love Jen, we love her consistent numbers.
Yeah.
Wait! Did you guys see her on the cover of Muscle and Fitness Hers?
No.
I'll buy it and bring it in.
Yeah,
I just have Maria on the cover of Shape
Hey, the queen.
She looks amazing, but
Queen Bee.
yeah. So Jen, I lost my train of thought. Jen's on
She
the
looks
cover
good.
of. She looks so we
we have to
thought
bring
she
that
looked
in.
good on the beach. Like, no,
Right.
this girl, it looks like somebody drew her. Like, we're gonna put some abs here, a little more
wow.
quad.
Well, see, she
some
would have done the
biceps.
opposite. She would have cut her water intake like the bodybuilders do.
Yeah.
For the things, she would have been cut like a diamond.
She looked amazing. Like,
Wow.
it's funny because when the show started, I think she had like 2,000 Twitter followers, and now she's like
Ridiculous.
20,000
Oh,
Twitter followers.
yay.
It's cool to kind of see the growth of a star.
Yeah,
like,
she is a star.
Yeah.
She will not be going anywhere. I mean, she'll be staying with Biggest Loser. There's absolutely no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And solid numbers. I mean, JJ 7, Sonia 7, Rondalee 6.
I wonder what Jillian thinks of her. I wonder if she's like,
Oh, she totally would be. I mean,
I
you
think
know,
so.
She got her job. I mean, I think Jillian was really ready to move on.
I think
Yeah,
she was
no, I
over
think
it
so too.
You know, I mean, she's made gazillions of dollars. She probably wasn't, very entertained. She's been doing it for such a long time.
Right. She was ready to move on.
She'll do something else. She's got books, and that girl busy. She's busy.
Yeah.
Altogether on Toma. So what does he lose?
7 pounds.
Is that good? Is it what we expect?
I didn't think it was that great. Everybody was like, yeah, whoa, yeah. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's only 7 pounds.
Yeah.
I think because they, of course they had set him up to barely lose anything because he ate all of
800 calories.
Because that's so going to throw you off the deep end.
That's not even a pound.
So it's
like 3,500 calories is 1 pound. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't even eat a
Right.
pound.
Well, and he's probably given 2,000 calories a day to eat.
Exactly.
So just
So-
work it into your day.
So yeah, sure. you know, you had your 800 calories and you lost 7 pounds. But I mean, I think that, like you said, I think what we've been talking about, everybody needs to step it up and remember that they're in a competition.
Yeah.
And get out of La Fun Land and really, like, get to work.
But he did, you know, with the immunity thing, he could have been a major target. And he would have, if White fall below the line, regardless, like if he had if he had had a really rubbish number, they would have gotten rid of him. Like, you know what I mean? If next week or the week after, they would remember that. And they still may remember that. If they go under, I mean, because it's going to change. The red line thing, that's not going to, it's not going to be automatic forever because there's no cliffhanger there.
No.
It's like, oh, you're under, you're gone. It's going to go back to an elimination because we want to see people stabbing
Go back and forth.
We want to see them stabbing each other in the back. Come on, you got to admit, we do love that.
It brings some entertainment.
So 35 pounds, awesome effort. They all love him again. So Blue, Jessie.
His face, I like hate when they show his face during the weigh-ins because he's just like
miserable
because you can just see. And, like, you know, trying to be encouraging. And I love after they weigh in, you know, they have these great, well, you know, I felt like I tried really hard. And I mean, I'm sure they did, but clearly something is disconnecting and this keeps happening week after week after week after
If
week.
I was on Jessie's team, I would probably secretly go work out, or I would be, like, listening to Jessie, but really listening to, like, Jen in the background. Like, let me work harder because her strategies seem to be working.
Right.
Yeah, well, and it's interesting because the Blue made a really big point at the Tailgate temptation
to be a team.
Yeah, a team, and none of us will eat, and you know, Jessie's taught us so well, and yeah, right. Some I mean, good numbers in the outside world: 5, 4, Gina 3. Damien needed 13 pounds to save the team, and it's a small team. It's 3 girls, 1 guy. Tough numbers to get. He got 7, which is it's a decent number.
Yeah,
he's a big guy.
He is a big guy.
I mean, he could be getting bigger numbers. And it's just not enough. So they're at risk, and it's down to Blue and Red, and some good numbers there. We've got Scott, who we got to know a little bit better this week as well, who shared a really beautiful story about his family and grew up in this really loveless environment with his mum and dad, and he's got all these beautiful kids, and then he lost his wife, and I love him, and it's just not fair. Same thing, the Y, letting go. Jordan, 6, who we all kind of went,
Who is Jordan?
Yeah, who is Jordan? I don't know. Are they keeping him? They're keeping him on ice?
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know anything about him. I don't really recall learning his story or seeing him featured much.
It's like, wait, who are you? Oh.
Yeah, that dude with the beard. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, so anyway, he lost 6 pounds, whoever he is. Could end up being the winner, maybe. I better be nice. Jordan, you're awesome. Come and visit us. And Blake, who we love, little soccer player Blake.
She's so cute.
Who's got, she gets really good numbers every week. She's been getting 10s, but she only got 5 this week.
I've seen Blake for the Tailgate challenge. Did you notice she had 2 casts on her feet, her legs?
She's injured.
But both? She had, I don't know if you noticed, both of her.
I didn't notice
I
that.
did see 2.
Yeah, I was like, usually, you know, you'll see one, but she had bilateral. She had both. I was like,
see, there you
what's
go.
going on?
Then she really is really injured.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Blakey. And then the number of all numbers this week, it's the highest number all week. Rob, who had 500 calories, was like, oh, was it going to... You know, that temptation, was it going to
I can't believe he ate 500 calories and still lost 11 pounds. Imagine that.
500 calories.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's just be real. That's what most supermodels would eat in a week. But yeah, I mean, it's a joke, isn't it? It's a little bit of a joke. I think the temptation, you know, you said there was something missing. I think it didn't quite go how they wanted it to go.
I don't think so either.
I was waiting for like some big, like dramatic moment,
like,
or
if I was in
breakdown.
there, I would have just like went.
Hoovered it. Dyson.
I would have came out with like food on my face, on my stomach.
Yeah.
Like everybody was like wasting. They only had 3 minutes in there. They were like wasting. They're like, what should I eat? What should I?
Like,
I'll have one. I'll have one meatball.
Yeah, why would you
have
have
another meatball?
5 meatballs?
Just
when you could... No, who was it? Somebody was eating like they were eating in a hot dog contest. That was pretty funny.
I missed
and
that
they
one.
got the churros and they were like shoving. It was Rob. He looked like he was... He was like, that dude's won some hot dog eating contests in his life for sure.
It wasn't entertaining to me, to be honest.
No,
it was
I
like...
agree.
Because the people that did eat, they still ate delicately. So it's like, if you're gonna go, do it. If you're not.
Like, eat like you got how you got
like
on the
you mean
show.
it.
Like tie their hands behind their back and make them...
Yeah, right? Make them look like dogs.
Yeah. Oh no, we get evil every week. We think of these horrible
We
ways.
are evil. But you know what looks really evil?
What?
Next week's episode.
Yeah,
I was like, this looks
now that might be
great.
entertaining.
Yeah, they've got the trainers up on these, I guess, pylons, and the contestants have to, what looks like, hold them with their weight in a fulcrum position. And I don't know, even just standing like that for 10 minutes, it hurts
hard.
your arm. So having to hold their trainer, and they're going to fall into water by the looks of it.
And, you know, let me add, they're pretty high. Like, they're up there, and I would be kind of scared.
I'd be like, look, you all need to get it together because I'm not falling into that water.
Yeah. So, no, that is going to be good. So, Rob got 11 pounds, Red
wait.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I keep on interrupting
that's
everybody.
all right.
I bet you Jen's team is going to, because she has all girls except one boy, unless Damien can hold it all.
Well, Damien's pretty strong.
Yeah, but is he strong for the whole team? Like, you gotta figure, girls are not as strong as men. That's just kind of how it is, you know?
Yeah, true. No,
Yeah.
Well, I've got a theory about that, though, which will come to our predictions, but we'll come to that in a second.
Okay.
Just a quick second, because we'll just finish off the weigh-in. But so red lose, white win, blue. Oh, my God. Jessie, I'm going to lead into the prediction, actually, with this, because Jessie loses really quick. Cut away to Gina under the red line. Goodbye, go home. That's why we can't do that for long because it's too boring.
I don't like it.
And she's not really going home. She's going to come back Canyon. So no kind of love lost there. Yeah, bye. Okay. Well, we know where you're going, so we don't care.
Yeah. Do you think the contestants know that they're?
No.
Oh, okay, so it's a real surprise.
Yeah, absolutely no idea. I think that they would be in the car and kind of be realizing that they're not going home.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have any idea. I think they're genuinely
because
surprised.
their faces look very,
I know, they do look
very
surprised.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They're like, and Bob's like, how you going? and so our predictions. Oh my God, I've lost my train of thought. Tell me what you were just saying.
I was saying how Jen was gonna go home because not go home.
Jeff.
Fall. Jen, the white team was going to not be able to hold up Jen.
Yeah.
She was gonna dunk first because there was all women on the team, and women are usually not as strong as men.
Predictions.
There you go.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
There you go.
So we've got the teams, and you go, we've got these 3 girls and the guy, and Jessie's team is now 3 people, right? I predict next week we're going to have a shuffle. There's going to be something, and someone's going to have the power to poach a player or lose a player.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like how you think.
Something's got to happen. It's got to change up. And I do think that might change that element because right now it's too predictable.
Yeah.
It's too uneven. I mean, we've got white, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on white, and we're going to have 3 on blue. It's just not going to work. It's got to change. Something's got to change. So that's my prediction.
I predict Jen's gonna get in the water.
Yeah.
I bet you she's been winning too much, and I think
Yeah. I'm going with Jen. Jen's gonna get
dunked.
Hey, Dunkin' Donuts, Jen. Maybe they'll because they always have sponsorships on the show.
We should do
Dunkin' Donuts challenge. Oh yeah, so that's it. I really liked this week's episode. I think next week we're going to see a challenge as well.
Yes.
Because we saw a temptation this week. Oh, well, yeah, that's the challenge.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. Awesome. Paul Franklin, you have to come on the show. The trainers, Dolvett, Jen, Jess, Bob, we know you're too famous.
Yes.
We'd like you to come in anyway, but We know you're too famous.
What I'm doing, you guys, please tweet out and tell them we want you on AfterBuzz TV. You can go to my Twitter, which is Fit with Fallon, and I even put a blast out that said, you know, retweet if you want to see the trainers on. So go and retweet.
She's stalking them. It's awesome.
I am.
Help us stalk them.
Yes, stalk them all the way into here.
Good stalking. Happy stalking with love stalking.
Yes.
There you go.
Make sure you follow us. Make sure you comment.
Comment, subscribe, rate 5 stars on iTunes.
Questions you want us to ask?
Yeah, that's good. You can find me at Ajay Rochester, AJAY Rochester, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, pretty much everywhere.
And you can find me, Morgan Martin, at ms_Morgan Martin. You can also check out my website, dancefitwalk.com.
Nice. And make sure to check out my website. I have a new webisode this week. I interviewed and tried those crazy it wraps, waist training that you've been seeing all over Instagram. So you're going to see if they really work or if they're a fad. Actually, the segment's called Fit or Fiction, so make sure to check it out on fitwithfallon.com.
Awesome. Well, you are bearing that awesome midriff, so maybe it did work. And maybe it didn't. Check out my Twitter tomorrow because I catch up with Mike on a phone call.
Cool.
So at AJ Rochester to find out how Mike's doing since he left the show. And that's about it, I think. See you next week. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.